Alright guys, in the previous video we learned the distance between 2 points, and I told you that we are going to be learning uh, about the midpoint of a line. That we are going to be learning about the midpoint of a line. So let's see how we calculate the midpoint of a line. So I'll go again by drawing a very nice line, very nice Cartesian plane. I have to be like this way, this way, and then I'll calibrate it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We have 1 here, 2 3 4 5 6 9 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 of minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. No using this. So if I should have a straight line that goes this way, now this, I have already taught you how to calculate the distance between 2 points. So I have 2 points A and point B. Let's say the coordinates of point A again should be x1, y1. So let's have this, and then we'll have this to be x2, y2. Now from the statement midpoint means half. I can write here that midpoint means half. So if you are to calculate the midpoint of a line, you are expecting you to calculate the coordinates of which A and B will travel the same distance to get to. So what coordinates divides this whole line into 2? So I can call this point B as a point that divides the line AB into 2 equal parts. So I'll call it point B as x, y. Now we want to derive a formula that we can use to calculate the values of x and y. Now you should understand something, that from here to this point here is my x1, and then from here to this point is my x1, and from the origin down to this point is my x, and from the origin down to this point is my x2. Now taking note of that, you would notice that if this line is to be divided into half, that means the distance between x and x1 should be equal to the distance of which x2 from x would give us. Now if we should do it that way, we would now have that the distance between x1 and x is gotten as a result of the change in x. So the change in x there is, if from here to here is x and from here to here is x1, that means this change in x here would be x minus x1. The greater one minus the smaller one gives us just this length. Same thing happens here. If from here to the end and here is x2, and from here to this point is x, the remaining fraction will be gotten if I say x2 minus x. So I can write here x2 minus x. Now take note that for something to be equal, that means length AP should be equal to length PB. Now if they are to be equal, that means x minus x1, which is from A to P, should be equal to x2 minus x, which is from P to B. Now if I have these two lengths, I'll just have to collect my likeness, which is x and x, and then you see I have x minus x1 minus x coming over to this side of the equation becomes plus x, which will be equal to x2. Sending minus x1 over to this other side, you have just x and plus x. You just have x and plus x to be remaining. As I said before, carrying minus x over to this side becomes what? Plus x. And then writing just x minus x1, carrying this over, it becomes plus x. carrying this guy over to this side, it becomes x2 minus x1 becomes plus x1. Now at this point I have x plus x, which gives me a result of 2x, which will now be equal to x2 plus x1. I can't add these two x because they are of different values, but this is x and x, they're of the same values. Now at this point that you have to divide both sides by what? 2, which is the coefficient of x at this point. So I have this, so I can now write my result as x is equal to x2 plus x1 over 2. So with this now I can calculate the ordinate of x at this point. I can calculate the ordinate of x at this point. Now same thing happens if you have to calculate the ordinate of y at that same point. For y, you just have that at this point, what I have here is my y1. At this point, what I have here is my y, and at this point, somewhere here, what I have here is my y2. Now the distance in between these two guys will be gotten if I say from here to here, which is my y, subtract from here to here, which is my y1. So I'll be having from here to here to be my y minus y1, which is the greater one minus the smaller one. Now same thing goes if from here to here is y2 and from here to here is y. Same thing goes, I'll just have that from here to here will be what? y2 minus y. Now as a result of midpoint them being equal, the distances being equal at both sides, I'll be having that AP should be equal to what? BP. So I will now have that y minus y1, which I've gotten from here, should be equal to y2 minus y. Doing same thing I did for x, bringing y and y together, sending these ones of different values to the other side. I'll be having this coming over to this side becoming plus y. I have this go over to this side becoming plus y1. So I have y, which is this one coming over becomes plus y, which will be equal to y2, which is this, staying here, this coming over becomes plus y1. So I will now have 2y which will be equal to y2 plus y1. So at this point I divide both sides by 2, which is the coefficient of y. So I now have that y is equal to y2 plus y1 over 2. Now this is the ordinate of what? Y at this point P. Now for us to get the midpoint, so I write here that midpoint of AB, length AB, that's which is P, should be equal to, which is equal to x comma y, would be equal to the values of x and the values of y. How do I calculate the values of x and how do I calculate the values of y? Which I can do by saying x, the ordinates of x, which is what? x2 plus x1 over 2, comma the ordinates of y, which is y2 plus y1 over 2. So if I have 2 points, A to be minus 3 and 5, and I have point B to be 2 and 6, and I am asked to calculate the midpoint. So I write midpoint, which is equal to what? x2 plus x1 over 2, comma y2 plus y1 over 2. I'll just come here and they say, okay, you be my x1, you be my y1, you be my x2, you be my y2. So having my midpoint to be equal to, so I use midpoint to be equal to x2 plus x1. My x2 is 2 plus my x1, which is minus 3, divided by 2. So I have comma, my y2 is what? 6 plus my y1, which is what? 5 over 2. You get that? So having done this, you have equals to 2 plus the two signs are different and they're multiplying, so you have minus 3 over 2 comma what we have here is 6 plus 5, which should give us 11 over 2. So we end up having a result that will be equal to 2 minus 3 gives us minus 1 over 2 comma 11 over 2. So this is the coordinate of the midpoint between A and B, having their coordinates to be minus 3 comma minus 5 and 2 comma 6. Thank you very much for watching. Now keep in touch with us for you to watch the next video that we are going to do, which will talk about the gradient of a line. Please invite your friends to this page. Invite your friends to this page. You watching this video, like this page, comment, say anything, tell us hi. Thank you very much.